Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is about somebody in specific. Let's just call them Morgan, okay? Now, Morgan was a good friend of mine for a long time. I've known him since I was 14. He was there since the beginning. He was my friend before I even created this YouTube channel. And me and him watched this channel go from 100 subs to 1 million together. Now, sadly, we didn't watch it hit 2 million together. He had to see that alone because me and him no longer are friends. And today's story time is about how that fell apart. So let's flash back, okay? So I was 18 years old, and 18-year-old Luna was currently living in LA and making videos every day. And I decided to fly out one of my best friends, my boy Morgan, who I've known since I was 14. Because, I wanted to show him what I was doing out in LA. I wanted to show him my apartment. I wanted to show him my friends that I met out there. And I just wanted to have a good time and hang out with my friend. So I fly him out, and the first few days of him being there were totally fine. It was a dope time. And then on the second to last day, before he went home, I had to leave the apartment to go grab food. I ordered takeout, and I live down the street from the place that I ordered from. So I was like, yo, bro, I'm going down the street to pick up food. Do you want anything? He's like, yeah, man, that'd be dope. And he tells me his order. So I write it down, and I go to this place down the street by myself, and he stays at my apartment. Now, I've known this dude since I was 14. I thought I could trust him. I thought nothing would happen. But I leave my apartment and I go down the street to this food place, and I'm sitting in there for a while waiting because I picked up my original order and then I had to order something else from my friend, so they were making it. So I'm sitting there at this table just on my phone, going through Twitter, going through all my social medias, just trying to pass time. And I text my friend, I'm like, yo, man, they're taking a minute. I'll be back pretty soon. He's like, all good, bro. Now, while I was out of the apartment, he must have went into my bedroom and searched my entire room because he found this tiny piece of paper that I keep under my bed that has my Twitter password and my YouTube password on it. And he must have took a photo of it with his phone or something, or wrote it down somewhere. So anyway, the food gets done. I grab the food. I go back to my apartment. Me and him hang out the rest of that day. And then after that, I took him to this party that my friend was throwing. It was a really awesome party. It was super fun. And then the day after that, he left. And when he left, I thought in my head, I'm like, damn, bro, it was so cool having him here. That dude's one of my best friends. I'm so glad he got to come to LA and hang out with me. Now, fast forward 2 days after he gets home from LA, I wake up, and that morning, I go to check Twitter, and I realize I'm signed out of my Twitter. So I go to sign in, and it says that my password is wrong. And I was so confused. I'm like, what the hell? This is the password I've written down. So I double check. I grab that paper out from under my bed. I type it in again, and it's still saying it's wrong. I'm like, what the hell? So I go to change it, and my email that's on my Twitter was totally changed to another email. And at this point I realized, oh shit, I got hacked. I am completely hacked right now. I'm locked out of my Twitter. I need to make sure my YouTube isn't hacked either. I go and check my YouTube. Luckily it wasn't, because I had just changed my password for my YouTube channel a couple days prior to this, and I didn't write that new password on that piece of paper yet, luckily. So that was good. But I just felt really stupid, because a couple days prior to all this happening, when I changed my YouTube password, I also took off two-step verification off all my accounts, which is stupid. Don't do that. And I only did it because I was changing my phone number soon, within the next few days, because my phone number started getting random phone calls and stuff. So I figured that my phone number was leaked, so I was going to change it. So before I was going to change it, I took off two-step on my accounts because I knew that I would need to have that number off my accounts anyway when I changed the number so I can put the new one on. And that was really dumb. I shouldn't have, took off my phone number from my accounts multiple days before I changed my number. I should have done it the same day of me changing my number. That way I wasn't, vulnerable to getting hacked for so many days. But yeah, it was too late. I was already hacked. My Twitter was gone, basically. I didn't know what was going to happen. Now, luckily, there wasn't any tweets on it yet, but I was expecting some to be. So I started freaking out, and I'm thinking of everything, who it could be, why would they do this, who's going to help me. So I reach out to someone that I know that works at Twitter, and luckily he helped me get back into my account, which was very, very nice of him. I had to use a new email because my email as well got hacked because it had the same password as my Twitter. Lesson number 2, don't keep the same password for two things. I was being stupid. So anyway, I get my stuff back. I secure everything. I wonder who the hell did it, and I start looking around on the internet for tweets at me. Maybe someone was mad at me on the internet and hacked me, some online dude. And then I think about it for a minute, and I'm like, I wonder if someone closer to me could have done this. Because I thought about it, and I'm like, I left my apartment a couple different times, and one of those times was for a very long period of time. I wonder if Morgan went in my room and grabbed my password out from under my bed, because it wouldn't even be the first time that something like that has happened. I've told a story time before that was kind of similar, But yeah, I've had people try and steal my stuff a lot, especially passwords to my accounts. So I'm thinking about it and I'm like, no, he couldn't. But then I realized that there's something that I could do to find out if it was someone close to me. So it took a couple days, but I finally got back into my email that was hacked and I was able to see the last IP that signed in. And that IP, when I searched it, went to my hometown, which means it had to be somebody that lived near me in my hometown that got my password somehow. And the only person I could point a finger to was Morgan. So I call him on the phone. I'm like, yo, dude, I hate to be this dude. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. But I looked at my email after it got hacked, and it said that the last logged IP was from my hometown. And I don't know who else to ask because I'm not close with that many people from my hometown, and you're the only person that might know something. And he's like, nah, bro, I know nothing about that. I'm like, all good, bro. Like, I figured you didn't. I just wanted to make sure. He's like, no problem, bro. Like, I hope you find out who did it. Like, that's fucked up. I'm like, yeah, it is. So I hang up, and for the next few days, I pretty much gave up on it. You know, I already got all my stuff back, and also I had no other way to find out who did it unless they wanted to come forward. So I pretty much gave up on it, right? Like, in my mind, I was thinking, like, there's no way it could be Morgan. It can't be him. It has to be someone from my hometown, or it had to be some hacker that just changed his IP and made it look like he was from my area that I used to live in. So yeah, I gave up on it, and I went pretty much an entire week without even thinking about it, and all of a sudden I get a text from Morgan saying, bro, can you call me quick? I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I call him, and he picks up the phone, and he sounds like he's on the verge of crying. I was like, what's up, dude? He's like, man, I feel like such a dick right now. Like, this is so embarrassing. I was like, what's up? What's going on? He's like, homie, it was me. Like, I found your password under your bed. I signed into your Twitter, locked you out of it. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just trying to, like, get some followers. I'm like, wait. It was you? And what do you mean you wanted followers? He's like, I don't know, man. I thought if I, like, got on your Twitter and shouted one of my Twitters out, I could get some followers off it or something. And, like, that was just so snake of me. Like, that's so fucked up. I'm so sorry. I know you probably never want to be my friend again, but I just want to say sorry. And I was like, all right, hold on. I'm going to call you back. And I hang up on him because I just needed a moment to think about everything and just gather my thoughts and think about what I'm going to say when I call him back. And I was mad. Don't get me wrong. Like, I was really, really, really mad. But at the same time, like, he owed up to it, which was definitely a better thing to do than to hide it and continue being my friend like nothing ever happened. So I respected that aspect of it. But obviously I was still angry and, like, not okay with it whatsoever. Like, that was fucked up. So I call him back like 15 minutes later. I'm like, yo, dude, just out of what happened, like, I can't trust you anymore. Like, I'm not going to say I hate you or anything, but I don't think we can be, like, close friends anymore. He's like, I totally understand that, man. Like, this will never happen again. I'm so sorry that I fucked this up. I was like, it's all good. Have a nice night. He's like, you too. And yeah, sadly from that point on, me and Morgan didn't really have much of a friendship. Obviously, like, I'm okay with him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, going to say I hate him or anything. I'm not going to try and fight him if I see him in public. But, like, I'm definitely not going to get close to the dude and then risk losing everything again. So yeah, moral of the story is, always keep something valuable to you or important to you in a safe place and never leave it out in the open. Like, even though that paper was under my bed, it was still somewhere where anybody could look if I wasn't in the room. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time, even if it was a little bit of a sad one. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.
I can't play the sidelines, really sing these flaws of mine. Tea leaves help my thoughts align. I need to let go. Open doors like suicide, keeping me from living life. Tea leaves help my thoughts align. Think I'm too close.